Oh yeah. Hit my theme music. How do you do that? Hey.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the SmokeOut, baby.
We need some good times on this next card, man. We need to come up fat.
This is you are now listening to Saw Jimmy's Good Times new single out on all streaming platforms, but this one's on YouTube. You go on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. Go to it all, man. Saw Jimmy. Good times.
Let the MMA smoke out.
Hell yeah. Nah, he
remix,
needs a
Jimmy. We need a remix.
We need a theme song made, but that shit's catching waves right now on TikTok and Reels and social media. So spread the word, man.
Add it to you, make a video.
But yeah, we're back here after a interesting Vegas fight night. But you know, my girl Verna with the V,
man,
came through with a cockeye.
Easy win, cara.
Yeah, I mean, I know lie. I wasn't worried going into it. I was definitely surprised by how dominant she was on the submission. I thought it would be a little problem, but she got it done, man. Definitely pretty awesome. But let's just recap real quick for the show here. We had a good week, man. We actually both were positive, so we're going in the right direction here, man. For you went 2-2, plus 0.55 units here. You had Hyder Emil at plus 160. That one hit. He dominated with that 38 punch combo or whatever he was doing. Going crazy.
Francisco, baby.
And then the other one you hit was the parlay of a Miranda Maverick and Cody Gibson plus 110. That one hit as well, both of them. Miranda Maverick, hey, solid, dominant, kind of a step down in opponent compared to her having to fight Tracy Cortez, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then Cody Gibson.
I feel like she would have caught Cortez. She would have got scraped.
Yeah, probably. Because they have
Maverick would have got beat by Cortez. I don't know, like Maverick, she just always like big favorite, but like that shit was kind of sweaty, like first and second rounds. Like, damn, like what's she doing?
She did just enough.
Exactly. I feel like against Cortez, like Cortez would have pieced her up, maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, that's why I jumped all over Maverick. Just a huge step down in competition when you switch from Tracy Cortez to Dione Barboza. Cody Gibson dominated on a wash, like we thought. Washed, what's his name? Brian Keller. Boom. He always just has a puncher's chance, but then he was just out of his element a little bit. And Cody Gibson
was too tall.
Good. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so and then the ones you got wrong was Cody Durden, who actually was doing real well.
Who blew it.
Blew it.
Got his ass slept. Bad, too.
Bad, yeah. And then the other one was Amanda Lemos, the main event here at plus 115.
Yeah, she was never in it.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I mean, she's kind of on the decline. She is older though, as well, so she already had her little time.
Just the style of the fight. What's her name? Just such a good like jiu-jitsu, like, because I mean she was defending well, but then she transitioned to the armbar, and that's what got her. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
yeah, the scrambling was crazy, and her like constantly like going for different limbs and shit, like to get out of positions, even when Amanda Lemos was on top, was pretty impressive. So shout out to Verna. And then for me, I needed this week after a struggling weeks here. I went 4-0 plus 4 units. We had Miranda Maverick, Cody Gibson, Verna with the V, and what's her name? Luana Carolina as well with a dominant victory. So yeah, man, I'm glad we're on the right direction, man. We're back still half a year. We're only halfway through the year, bro. We still got a lot of MMA left. But now we got UFC 304 out in England, London, England.
304. Shout out all the 304s, all the hoes.
This is also crazy timing because for the Pacific time, it's going to be standard like 3-4 o'clock prelims and then 7 o'clock start. And England is about 8-9 hours ahead of us in the Pacific time. So that shit is crazy, bro. That means the card starts at what, like midnight?
Yeah, the main event is like at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.
What does that even mean? Why are they even doing this?
It's because they're doing it to cater to us.
For no reason. Like, we've watched early morning, like, Abu Dhabi fights before, like, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're also making it a pay-per-view, so they want people to actually purchase it, right? Like,
that's how they used to do it back in the day, but it's kind of shady, but hey, fuck it.
Shady for the fans in attendance in person in London.
For real. Even though they're
So
gonna be turning up, so
yeah, you're gonna have to do a whole nother vibe over there. But yeah, shout out, they're always down.
they
But
just
yeah, it's a British card, man. I'm actually excited for this card. I wish it was an early card, but I think it's gonna be a pretty decent card here. But we'll start from the bottom here. Let me share this Tapology. All right, man. Starting at the bottom, we got Modestus Bakauskas against Marcin Prachnio. I think is how you say it. But yeah, you got Modestus Bakauskas is about a -150 favorite, about plus 120, 130 or so on the other side here. Bakauskas, you guys may remember him. This is his second stint in the UFC, 15-6. He's still only 30 years old, man. Kind of big guy here. He most recently lost by knockout to Petrino. And then before that, he was on a 4-fight win streak. 2-fight win streak in the UFC, and then before that, Cage Warriors. But people were down on him a lot because he was on a losing streak when he first went to the UFC here. But I think he's kind of turning it around. I think this is an easy kind of feeding fight for him. But you got this guy that's Marcin Prachnio, who's kind of crazy. 17-7. 36 years old, though, but looks pretty good. Pause. He'll come out swinging, and he's pretty average all around. But he most recently beat Devin Clark, who I don't think is in the UFC any longer, and then also lost to Petrino before that. So, who do you like here, man?
yeah, I'll probably just go with Modesto
Modesto
Bukowski.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I mean, this fight's a little sketch. Obviously, he's the first one. Modestus Bakauskas is a little slow, plodding type of dude. But I mean, skill wise, I just think all around game, he's better than Marcin everywhere here. So at better than minus, he probably should be closer to minus 200 in my opinion. So to see him at minus where is he at 155 right now? 150. I think that's a decent bargain on him. So I might be firing, but I haven't yet because at the end of the day, it's Bakauskas, and he could get knocked out in the early rounds. Next up, another sketchy fight, short notice fight, but Shauna Bannon takes on Elise Ardeline. And the original person that was supposed to be Ravina Oliveira, but Elise Ardini, however you say her name, is stepping up here. Shannon Bannon from Ireland, Mama B. She's kind of underground. I don't know why people like her. 5-1, 30 years old here. She lost her debut to Bruna Brazil, who by decision, and we'll talk about her later because she is on this card as well. But yeah, I mean, it was her debut. She's not the best at everything, but she is a lot better than what people expect her based on, don't judge a book by its cover here, but she does look like more of a kind of like an OnlyFans type of plasticky type girl. No hate. And then this chick over here, she actually has an OnlyFans allegedly, and also is very popular on TikTok. She's 9-5 from Romania, but she's on a nice win streak. Never been knocked out, so she's pretty durable here. But she's fought like nobody, right? Like other than look at the people she's fought with names. She actually fought Zhang Wei Li back in Top FC, and she lost. And I think that's the only other and she lost to Diana Belbita by armbar way back in Romania XF. So she's fought a couple decent people, but other than that, I don't know any of these other people that she's fought. I highly doubt they're really high level based on their records. But at the end of the day, the odds are kind of crazy here. Shannon Bannon's about a minus 190, minus 200. I lean Shannon, and I'll pick her to win by decision, but I mean, laying minus 200 on her might be gross because the lack of knowledge I have on the other lady. So I'm not doing it. This is gross. But Shannon Bannon for the pick. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm just have to go with the Irish.
Yeah, she's at the hometown cooking. People want her to kind of win. Not that means they wish you will, but yeah, it's just a lot more on her side. And then the other lady's short notice that also plays a role as well. But I'm good off that. Next up, we got Sam Patterson, the local boy here against Kiefer Crosby from Ireland. The future Sam Patterson, real tall, 11-2. He's 28 years old, 6'3".
Yeah, he bounced back on his last fight
and
after getting
he could grapple. Exactly, and he's just throwing power. So if you get caught with one as a tall ass dude, your chin out, you're liable to get slept. But he beat Johan rear naked choke real quick. Kiefer Crosby, man, BDK 10-4. He's 34 years old already, man. He's a little short. I mean, what is there to say about this guy? He's average everywhere at best. He recently lost to Kevin Gisette in the first round in his debut here. But he's fought some decent competition in Bellator. So he does have the experience factor in that sense. But I think he's on the near end of his career, whereas Patterson is kind of on the projectile up, still young. The odds are pretty crazy, though. You got Patterson at minus 350, minus 360. So, yeah, I think he wins. Do I want to lay that? Not so much, but I might use him as a parlay piece. So I like Patterson here. Maybe Patterson. What is Patterson by inside the distance? Let me look that up. Dude, his inside the distance is minus 225. That's gross. Yeah, I'm using Patterson as a greasy parlay piece. Other than that, that's all I got. Who do you like here?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with the tall Patterson.
Patterson. All right, getting into some better matchup here. Well, maybe not. Oban Elliott against Preston Parsons. It's a little up. But Oban Elliott, bro, this is the Welsh gangster, 10-2. He's still young, 6-fight win streak, decent all-around game. He most recently beat Val Woodburn, and then before that was a Contender Series fight. So, and then we got Preston Parson here. You got Mr. Pressure, 11-4. 1-fight win streak, never knocked anybody out. He's appearing, he's going to grapple you up. He's going to do some BJJ, some BJs. Pause. But most recently beat up Smellsberger, and then before that lost a split to Giles. So he's found some decent people, man. Daniel Rodriguez, Elvin Elder. Who do you like in this?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Boban.
Yeah. And the odds are this guy Preston Parsons minus about 130, 140.
PP.
Yeah, and then the other guy is Oban Elliott's about plus 130. Man, this is a tough matchup.
He's an underdog?
Yeah. I mean, this is a close matchup here. I mean, I think the odds are right where it should be. Eileen Parsons, I think that, he probably has a lot better competition, more grappling, but I'm going to pump the brakes here. I'm not going to fire on it yet. I need to look into it more because Elliott, I mean, he always puts up a good fight. Every fight, no matter results, he's going to go in. He's going to start swinging. He's banging. Decently durable. As long as he doesn't get subbed out here to keep it standing, I think he got a really, really good chance as well. So, yeah, we'll split on that one. Next up, hopefully we get into some more. Okay, here we go. We got Mick Parkin, 9-0 against Lucas Bresky.
Lucas Brasi.
Yeah. Mick Parkin from England, 9-0, man. 16-fight win streak, 28 years old. He looks like a pub brawler. That type of guy. He most recently beat Muhammad Usman, Kyle Machado,
sucks,
Jamal Pogues, all by decision. So he hasn't been able to finish them like he has in the regional scene. And you got Lucas Bresky, 9-4.
This fool just came back, right? Then he had a big win in his last fight, right? He was like a big underdog.
Yeah, against Walter Walker, Johnny Walker's brother. Remember
Johnny Walker's. Yeah,
this guy comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Mick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mick Parkin.
Yeah, man. This is an interesting fight. So I actually already fight on this. Minus 210 Mick Parkin. He is already like I think on BetOnline he's minus 270. So I think the line that I have it at, I think Parkin should be close to minus 300. So maybe a little value here, but maybe a greasy parlay piece. I think he's going to be able to win here. It just depends if he uses his brain and mix up the grappling along with the strikes and see if he could close out Bresky. Bresky's just sketchy. I mean, he could throw power, but overall, I don't think he's superior in any way. Parking all the way here. Minus 210 I thought was so cheap.
Blowing, drawing, smoking, hosing, clapping. Yeah, I'm going with Mickety Pop. Mickey Parkin, he's actually pretty decent. Like, he's just out of shape a lot. Like, his physique doesn't make him look like he's weak, but that fool's he's a dog for sure.
Yeah, man. He's if you're going to a bar fight, man, you want him on your team. Oh, next up, man, we got some UK shit going on here. Cowlin Lauren from Ireland, the Don.
Don.
This guy,
he lost his last fight, right?
9-1. No, he lost the one before that.
Oh, okay.
He most recently beat Angel Pacheco, and then he lost to Taylor Lapilus before that. But yeah, this guy, I mean, obviously he's a brawler. He's gonna grapple. He could wrestle, definitely wrestle. He's trying to look like the way he looks is kind of like what's his name, the Mexican fighter,
Canelo.
Canelo. he's trying to be Canelo McGregor type vibes going on here. He's pretty decent all around. I can't hate on that. But Jake Hadley stepping up on short notice since they're in England. White Kong, 10-3, man. He's on a 2-fight losing streak as a prospect, but never been finished. Yeah. He lost to Charles Johnson, Cody Durden, and then before that beat Malcolm Gordon. So he's beating everyone that sucks. But yeah, lost to some decent guys. Here's the odds. Let me tell you this. It's a short notice, too. Where are we at here? Oh, Jake Hadley. Oh, wow. All the way down. Cal Lauren's now -200 and Hadley's +170 right now. I already fired. I fired over the weekend. +210. Jake Hadley +200. Those are the two. I fired twice here. I think that's just good value. I think he should be more close to like maybe a 150 or so. +150. I understand why he's an underdog, short notice, 2-fight losing streak. And Lauren, if he's smart, Callan's going to grapple and get him down because Hadley's been having issues with people grappling him. But if it stays standing, I think it's going to be a close fight. And if you're going to give me plus, 200 or so on what I think is pretty close and equal, and I think Hadley's pretty durable as well, then yeah, sign me up, man. I do like Jake Hadley here to be live as a dog.
Yeah, Jake Hadley, I don't know. I've been like picking him the last 2 fights, and he's been letting me down because I thought he was like for real. He just be doing too much when he coming out. He'd be like, he'd be walking like he think he a Diaz or something. But I don't know. The little Irish guy, Canelo Irish guy, might be the. These guys from England though, huh?
This guy's from England, but the other guy's from Ireland.
Yeah, I guess I would just chase Hadley again for just because the plus money. But he on the fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and then if he fools me like this next one, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro.
Yeah. But usually he comes in where he fools people and gets me pissed is like when he's a favorite, like a huge favorite, because he's supposed to be touted prospect, So he comes in -200, -300, then you're like, fuck, he does not look that good. But now you're telling me, oh, you're giving me +200 on his, like then it changes the whole, what I think a little bit. But yeah, he's definitely live. I think it's gonna be a good fight there. Next up, we got Molly McCann, the crowd favorite against Bruna Brazil. You got Molly McCann, everyone's favorite. She's like a barstool fighter, just like Patty Pimblett. 14-6. She looks like she's from Rough and Rowdy. But she's already 34 years old, man. She's never been knocked out, only been subbed, and most recently won by armbar to Diana Belbita, and then before that lost by armbar. So look at the people she's lost to. Stolarenko, that was a sketchy fight, but Erin Blanchfield, pretty decent competition, But we know she's a brawler. She's trying to mix it up, but she ain't fooling nobody. She's not a BJJ artist. And you got Bruno Brazil here, 9-4, 30 years old, swole, who's pretty well-rounded. Most recently lost to Luna Omalukbunmi, and then before that beat Shannon Bannon. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to
go
with
interesting ass fight.
I'm gonna go with the meatball, man. She's in London. She's in England. She's gonna have to put on a show for her peeps. So, but then -300 sucks, but whatever. I'm going with meatball.
Yeah, she's all the way up to -350 right now. So she was through -300 earlier in the week.
That's crazy.
Last time I looked. So yeah, that part makes me grossed out because I don't think she should be that big of a favorite, but she definitely should be the favorite. I think she should win here with all those things that you mentioned. So I mean, as far as bets go,
Molly's looked better in her last 2 fights. To be honest, like she looked like she kind of got more serious, especially in the last fight. She looked like like solid. So we'll see.
Yeah, she's trying to make her little last run to see if she can be champion possibly or get a title fight. But doubtful that's going to happen. She's getting a little older. But yeah, Molly McCann, she should win, maybe by knockout. But even then, I don't know. Bruno Brazil, has she ever been knocked out here?
And your boy even bought her a rollie.
Oh yeah, my boy Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been knocked out before. So let's see. Molly McCann by KO. What is that? Plus 250? I would sprinkle on that. I think Molly McCann by KO plus 250 is worth comparing. She's at 350 right now. But I'm going to throw her as a parlay piece in a greasy one that, just like the Sam Patterson, just like that type of vibe going on. I'm throwing that in there too, guys. So, prepare to be greased up. Like NYPD's pockets. Let's go. Next up, we got Nathaniel Wood against Daniel Pineda. Man, this is the crazy thing here is, let me tell you, the odds really got me shocked. It got a little better, but Nathaniel Wood's about a minus 400 right now, and I saw him at minus 500 yesterday. Pineda's a plus 310. A little money's coming on Pineda, obviously, just on a flyer before you even look deeply into this fight. It's like Nathaniel Wood should be the favorite. He's good. He's technically sound, but he's fighting again at 145 instead of 135. And you know what? Has he ever looked like a minus 500? Even in the wins, when he wins, that part got me just shook. Like, he should win, but I'm not paying minus 500, minus 400 because he could get knocked out anytime. Nah, he's good. He's only lost to Naimov, who's really good. Casey Kenny, John Dodson. So, I mean, he's only losing to good-ass people.
Yeah, and this other guy's almost 40.
But who do you like?
15 losses. Yeah, I have to just throw Nathaniel Wood. I got to throw him in just a greasy parlay.
Yeah, I originally had him on my list for that, and I just took him off because
no, this guy's more like a journeyman.
He's going to be able to just have a puncher's chance,
Yeah, I think Nathaniel Wood will get it
exactly,
done.
But he got the experience, bro.
He does, but so does Nathaniel Wood, though.
Yeah, would you bet on him minus 400?
No.
Huh?
Oh, I mean, who on who?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's
no.
On Nathaniel Wood at minus 400, minus 500.
Well, I just said I throw Nathaniel him in I just throw him in the greasy parlay.
Oh.
Like with him, Molly McCann.
Do you have any fears? Because I'll tell you, I trust Sam Patterson and Molly McCann more than I trust Nathaniel Wood at minus 400 or 500.
Not because look at the guy he's fighting, like 15 losses, pushing 40 years old.
Exactly. And that's why it's minus 400 and that's why I think the line should not be like that. It should be like minus 300, minus 250, like minus 400 or 500 means people are like, oh yeah, this guy's so old that Nathaniel Wood's in England. He should win. Pineda's on his way out. I've seen this movie before with Nathaniel Wood. That's all. But I was a big Nathaniel Wood fan. I just hate the way they price him. Because I would definitely throw him in a parlay at minus 300. If I wait and it goes down to minus 300, I'd be open to it. Maybe minus 250, but that's wishful. Oh, here we go. We got a potential decent little fight here. Muhammad Mokaev against Manel Cape. This is a real good matchup here. Mokaev, British dude, 11-0, 35-fight win streak, so including his minor league stuff. But this guy, I mean, what is there more to say? He's pretty well-rounded, obviously crazy grappler, chain wrestler. He's down. He's pretty durable as well. So he's fought whoever's in front of him. At this point, he's had a decent amount of fights. Manel Cape, controversial star boy, 19-6. He's only 30 years old, man. Famously known for saying, dropping the F-bomb, calling everybody in Israel Adesanya's camp a whole bunch of, sus boys. But he's also a knockout artist as well and has a chin as well. So it's a good-ass fight, man. But a lot of canceled fights.
Yeah, he has his last 2 fights. He hasn't made weight or something like that. So it's all about if he can make weight. And then what's his name? Just gonna try to grapple too. Mokaev. What's Cape by TKO?
Cape by TKO is plus 475.
Yeah, I feel like that could be it. But then also, I don't know. The other guy's grappling is just the way he does it, he just be sticking to you. And then Cape hasn't fought in a while too, right? When's his last fight?
Yeah, in the last 2 fights, he hasn't been able to knock people out. kind of fooling around. So Felipe Dos Santos gave him a fight last minute as well. And Cape is the underdog here. So you got Mokaev about minus 135 right now. Cape's plus 115. Originally, it was more of a pick'ems fight. A little money's gone into Mokaev. You know, with the hometown hero. For me, I just think at this point, this is a tough fight. So I'm not really firing on it yet. I haven't bet anything, but I like Manel Cape plus 115. I think anything at plus money might be cool. I'm leaning that way. Only not because I think he's 100% better. I think on his feet he's going to be better, but I think his speed advantage is not going to be as big as what he tries to take advantage of with other people. And on top of that, if it gets to the ground, we already know Mokaev is a much better wrestler. So it's going to have to be a lot of scrambling and distance fighting here. Because I think striking-wise, Mokaev is not better than Cape. You know, so
but his style though, he just sticks to you. That's the thing. If Cape could he's gonna have to sprawl and brawl and try to sleep him. It's gonna be like
around.
It's gonna be like the Curtis Blades Almeida fight.
Yeah.
That's how he has to win. He has to just rock him because Mokaev, that's all he does. He's that's the only way he wins. He just sticks on you. He gets your back. You know what I'm saying? While you're standing.
Yeah.
But then I guess that's a good price too for Mokaev right now. Minus 135. Usually he's minus 700, 800. So I'm gonna have to just go with him.
Yeah, against pretty much all the weak people. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I think this is a great matchup here. I'm excited for this fight. It's good to see Manel Cape actually fight because, his projection isn't up right now.
But that's the thing. He hasn't even him is all about the weight cut now. All his fights he's been canceled the day before lately. You know what I'm saying? Because the weight he hasn't made.
Yeah, that's why you gotta wait.
Scrap it. He's supposed to fight. Yeah, because we're saying
you don't want to go to 135.
When's his last fight too?
His last fight was it has to be over a year ago. Yeah, his last fight was in last year. Also, almost a year now. Not quite. In September last year. He was supposed to fight Kai Kara-France, remember? And then Kai Kara-France had to drop out. And then Felipe Dos Santos stepped in.
A young dude.
But yeah, he's only had, one a fight a year pretty much. So nothing too sexy. But he's been around in the other leagues as well. So I like that fight, though. I think it'll be a good one. Here now we got another good one. See, now we're getting into the good fights. Arnold Allen against Giga Chikadze, the return. Arnold Allen, you guys seen him get his ass beat by Max Holloway. He's 19-3 on 2-fight losing streak. Lost to Eleb and Holloway, both by decision. And now he's fighting Giga Chikadze, the kickboxer, man. 15-3, 35 years old. Most recently, just beat Alex Caceres, but lost to Calvin Kattar before that from an ass beating. But he did not get finished. So still pretty durable as well. Man, this is an interesting ass fight. And the odds are pretty decent as well. You got Giga is a plus 205. Arnold Allen's 240. A little sketch. But who do you like here?
Yeah, I like Arnold Allen. His last fight with Evelev was kind of because Evelev was just a boring ass fighter. So I thought it could have gone either way, but yeah, against Max, that was his first fight against the big league. So he got pieced up by a prime Holloway, and then plus that moment was too big for him. He was too starstruck in that fight. But I think this fight, especially Giga hasn't fought in hell long, I think he should be able to get this one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't like the price at minus 240. I think at one point he was minus 200. I think that's a little better there. But, I just think Giga, as much as he's a really good kickboxer, he's getting older. He hasn't been as active. He took a beating, like we said, with the Calvin Kattar fight. So, I mean, I think the only thing I'm concerned about Arnold Allen at this price tag is he going to mix up his game plan? Is he going to throw in some grappling? Is he going to also strike? Is he – because if he just stands there and decides, hey, we're going to have a kickboxing match again and see who's better, it's going to be a lot closer, than –
No, Arnold Allen has a good fight IQ. He knows what to do. He's solid.
Well, not against Max, though. You saw what happened.
But that's Max, though. But that's what I said. I literally said that moment was too big for him. He was too starstruck. In that fight, everything Max was doing something good, he's giving him dap and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no more dap. You better not dap Giga. I don't want to see none of that shit. Arnold Allen's. I think it's a bounce back spot because, I mean, how good of a prospect can you be when you're talking about championship contender if you take 3 losses in a row? You know, like if he loses this one too, it's going to be a big, because we're excusing him for the names, right? Evloev and Holloway. It's like people are excusing that because of the names.
That's top 3.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why we're like, okay, now this is the real test. This is like, are you going to step back up or are you going to get fraud checked? Because if you lose to Giga at 35 years old, like, I don't know if you're really championship material in this weight class. You know, it's a tough weight class. So
no, I think he gets it done. I think he gets it done easy. Unanimous decision.
I think decision too. I don't think he could finish him though. Giga's pretty tough, but I don't know. His chin did take a lot in the last fight or last 2 fights. Next up, man, we got Christian Leroy Duncan against Gregory Hobocop Rodriguez. Let's go, man. The bruv. Christian Leroy 10-1. 2-fight win streak. He's just a striker here. Never been finished. Kind of pretty boy style, you know. Very creative and powerful. And he was finishing people, but he did lose to Armin Petrosian by decision, man. Sketchy there. Next, you got Hobocop 15-5. 32 years old, but he looks a lot older than that. Someone say he looks like Barack Obama, the Brazilian Obama. But yeah, he's pretty awesome as well, man. He's beat Brad Tavares and Dennis Tululum and then lost to Bruno Ferreira. But that's like Ferreira's a puncher, you know, power puncher. So you get touched. It's a problem. And he also lost to Armin Petrosian.
The only thing is, I'm picking Rodriguez, but I can see him getting finished because I think what's the name might be a little faster. But if he could fight his fight, just like try to like boss him around the cage and put him on the cage and shit like that, I think he could win. But if he lets what's his name show out, it's over.
Yeah, that's the big problem. Odds wise here, we got Leroy Duncan's now a -140, Rodriguez a +125 or so. I already fired on this. Christian Leroy Duncan, I fired on him at Pick'ems and -115. I just think at that price, at a Pick'em price, yeah, I just think the striking is pretty close, but he has the edge there. Rodriguez is a dope-ass striker too. He got power. But as far as both chins putting to the test, I'm going with Christian Leroy Duncan on the chin. And then the other thing is, if Rodriguez could grapple and implement, because he is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy as well, but he said he just likes standing and banging for whatever reason. If he mixes it up, I think he could actually easily possibly win, you know? Because I don't know if Christian Leroy Duncan, once he's getting taken down, like, is he going to be able to get back up with ease? You know, probably not. So, but if it stays standing, I just think Leroy Duncan is just better. So I think they're going to end up staying standing based on what Rodriguez has been talking about, saying like, I just love standing and striking. Like, I only want to revert to grappling as like a plan B. But once you get clocked real quick, it might become plan B. So, but yeah, I'm going Christian Leroy Duncan here. I think he's just on the up. He might lose, but he's on the up. Going him. Here we go. Now we get into the final fights here. We got Bobby King Green against Patty the Batty Pimblett. This is a hype beast fight here. 32-15. 37 years old already, man, but everyone already knows this man. Crowd favorite now. Beat Jim Miller recently at UFC 300.
Beat the shit out of Jim Miller.
Hell yeah. And then before that, he got knocked out by Jalen Turner, but, you know, Jalen Turner is real good. I mean, he's fought who's who. We don't have to go over it all, but he's a mixed bag, right? Like, he's super fast, super dope striker, you know, decent, like, able to prevent people from taking him down for the most part, unless you're like Islam or something like that. And then you got Patty the Batty here, 21-3, 29 years old, talking about boxing already. He's kind of talking about retiring UFC. Never been knocked out, you know, but he's had a lot of sketchy fights recently that a lot of people are like iffy about him. You know, close fight, Tony Ferguson not a close fight, but couldn't finish Tony Ferguson. And then Jared Gordon, people said that was a robbery. You know, Jared Gordon won that by decision clearly, but robbery. And then before that, it was a close fight against Jordan Levitt, but then it ended up beating him. So, but he doesn't have a lot of experience, bro. Like, at this point, for how popular he is, right? Barstool fighter type of vibe. But look at the odds here, man. It's crazy. It was a pick'ems last time I saw. Yeah, now Paddy Pimlet's still about pick'ems or plus 100 or so. So
he's the
I mean, who do you
underdog.
like? Yeah, slight underdog. It'll go. I think there's gonna be money on him on fight day, of course, right? Like if you're a local to England, or if you're just a casual, you're gonna love some Paddy Pimblett, right? So
Nah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I gotta go with Bobby Green. Fuck this fool.
yeah, this
Patty
is
the
crazy.
Batty.
I hate to say it. I was looking at this and I'm like, why are the odds like this? I thought Paddy the Pimblett was gonna be a little bigger, slightly a bigger dog. I think money came in on him. I just have this weird feeling, bro. But he only has one fight left. I think Paddy's gonna do it. I haven't bet on it or anything.
Yeah.
But I think he might be able to do it, man. He's pretty durable, and I think he packs a punch too. And I think Bobby Green's chin is not as good as it used to be, with the mileage and everything. And I think that people are underestimating what Paddy could do. But on the other end of it is Paddy's defense is horrible, and he's down to get hit. And Bobby Green obviously is raw as fuck as far as piecing people up. And his cardio is good too. So we'll see. Paddy Pimblett has to take this in the ground.
Wrestling's good too.
Yeah. So, but Paddy's grappling game is better than I think his striking game.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to try to take his back or something. But we'll see, man. I think this is possibly fight of the night. But I just picked Paddy the Batty, not on the hype, but I just think there's something about this fight, the way it's lined, that I think he's gonna be able to pull this one out. But what if he doesn't? Do you think he's just done with UFC?
Nah, he'll probably resign because then it's not. If he loses, then there's not going to be no interest in boxing. Like, oh, you lost.
Oh, you think he can't run to boxing, right?
Nah, yeah, he has to win. I mean, but like he's the younger fighter. He should win this fight. That's why I'm surprised. Because you always got to go against the old guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby Green, almost 40 years old. Like,
yeah.
When does it show up and he's just like shitty? Like that's why I was surprised against Jim Miller. Like he was a big favorite, but he showed why he was a big favorite. He beat the brakes off of Jim Miller. We seen that shit live.
Yeah.
Had him all kinds of leaking. Like that's the thing. Paddy the Pimblett is just like a younger version of a Jim Miller. You know what I mean? Good grappling, good submissions. Striking has a heavy hand, but it's like shitty. You know what I'm saying? I feel like King Green, if he's not looking old yet, like you know what I'm saying, he's like all of a sudden he shows up, damn bro, you look old. Like if he's still looking fast, I think he should win just because of speed too.
Yeah, if he keeps it moving, keeps it distant, just goes in and out and starts jabbing and moving around, I think that's his game plan. But do you think the kind of short notice, because he just fought at 300, right? Was it 300? That's not that long ago, I guess.
It was 300, but he was like, he's been calling for this fight too. He's like saying for Paddy and everything. That's why he's like, oh, he called me out. It's over. But he did just fight. But the thing is, that fight, he took no damage. He beat the brakes off of
the whole time.
Exactly. Like he beat the brakes off of Jim Miller. I was like, damn.
Paddy the Batty. But yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I think the main card is real good. I mean, it starts off the prelims card start out a little iffy, but then when you get it to the main card, then it's like, okay, here's some fights. You got the man Tom Aspinall, interim heavyweight champ, going against Curtis Razor Blades. This is the rematch from when Aspinall got injured.
Broke his knee.
14-3. Yeah, it was like his ACL or something. 2-fight win streak. 31 years old, man. Obviously, he's an all-around great guy, but he likes to strike. But he could grapple too. He's a wrestler, big guy.
He's a jiu-jitsu black. His dad was a 3rd degree jiu-jitsu black belt or some shit. I was watching the countdown, so he's grappler first. But he's fast though. He's athletic too for like a big British dude, and that's the thing. He got them quick hands. That's all about for me in this fight. If he can come out there and just like go hella fast and just sleep Blades, but I don't know. I'm pulling for Razor Blades.
He's designed to. He was raised for MMA. Like he wasn't like a boxer that became or a jiu-jitsu guy that became MMA. Like his dad was training him for MMA. Like that. Yeah. That's what you're made for. So that he was part of the kind of like that first like English generation of MMA that the dads are training up here. And obviously he's been living up to his expectation. Minus the one blemish on his record was against Curtis Blades on the knee injury early. I was super sad because I've been on this Aspinall train. Like the biggest bets I've ever made in MMA are on Tom Aspinall, like against Volkov, against like all those. Like I'm a big Aspinall guy. He's a huge favorite here, minus 360, 350 here. I know the odds are pretty wild.
What's
Call
the
me crazy
knockout?
here, but that's a good one. That was one I was looking at. Tom Aspinall knockouts minus 175. That's not great.
I
Um,
think that's how he
so
wins them.
I'm going Aspinall here. I think he's seeking revenge. I think he's not going to take it easy, and he's not going to be sleeping on this position because he obviously knows that he lost last time because of that injury. They're in England. I mean, anything can happen on a puncher's chance, but I think Blades is not going to be stupid enough to just stand there and bang. Even though Blades has been falling in love with his hands and gotten a lot better.
He's probably gonna see. I'm pulling for Blades, but I think Aspinall wins by like TKO knockout. But I would sprinkle some on Blades, and for the show, I'm picking Blades, but Aspinall's probably gonna win.
Yeah, Aspinall he needs to win. Like if he loses this one, it's gonna hurt him a lot.
Good.
I think.
Good.
But he's so good. I think he's the only one that could even hold a candle right now to John Jones, like to have a chance. You know, not to say that he could beat him, but I'm just saying to have a chance because there's not a lot of
this is a big test. This is the test right here. Like that was a good fight when they had it before, but he fucking blew his knee in 15 seconds. So this is it.
Well, we'll never know until now, until this week.
Nah, for sure.
But Razor Blades, man, 18-4. I've actually been a huge fan of Razor Blades because he's undervalued a lot in a lot of fights. Because he's a great wrestler. That's his base, and he's always been good. But over the last few years, his hands have been getting a lot better. He has a speech impediment, so he's not the most marketable guy. And he sounds kind of dumb, but he's definitely not dumb in the octagon. He beat up Jalton Almeida. That was a big one where he was trying to prevent the takedown and just started doing some hammer fists until Almeida was donezo. But then before that, he got knocked out by Sergey. So we'll see. I just think the odds are correct. I think Aspinall should be this big of a favorite. And and this is more of a hot take on my opinion, is I think he should be bigger favorite. I think he should be minus 450, minus 500. I think that's how good he is. I usually don't say that about anybody other than maybe John Jones as far as the odds go. But yeah, I'm taking him straight at minus 350. I just think that it should be more expensive at like 450, 500. So I'm taking him. But let's go. You go with with the upset. If you wrestle, I mean, here's the thing: Blades could wrestle, but Aspinall could wrestle too. That's the only thing.
But it's different wrestling, though. It's the thing. Blades wrestling is like top tier, and I feel
he's
like
the best. He's the best American wrestler.
But then the thing is, what's the name got more fast hands, so like, and that's like Blades is kryptonite. Like people with hands, usually if they have good wrestling, they whoop his ass. Like look what or and then like his chin, I don't know, just like look at what Derek Lewis did to him. You know what I'm saying? After he was dominating that shit, and then got fucking sent to the shadow realm, and then like the fight with Ngannou, 2 fights with Ngannou. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
I can see that happening. I can see Blades coming in for a takedown and taking an uppercut or a knee or something and just going to sleep again. That's possible too. But yeah, that could be a dope ass fight, man. Now we got the main event here, bro. Another rematch from a sketch, injury. We got Leon Edwards against Bilal. Remember the name, Muhammad. Can't forget the Bev. Never. But yeah, man. I mean, Leon Edwards, we all know here. He's the King Bruvs. Rocky here, 22-3. I mean, he's been on a crazy fighting streak as a champion. He's never been finished. That's the one thing he could say. But a lot of people have been saying his fights in the last few have been boring, have been very lackluster. And even in the fights that he starts winning in, like, for example, all the way back to the Nate Diaz fight, at the end, he was giving it up. And Diaz was almost coming back and getting the momentum. So...
Oh, he got rocked, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other part of the Usman fights was the first time they fought. Remember, he was about to lose, and then he did the head kick heard around the world. And then there was another close decision when he did the rematch and then beat up Colby Covington in a kind of boring fight as well. So, and then we got Mr. Bilal Muhammad, who's not Mr. Flair either. Like, he's also boring, kind of.
Well, his last few fights been exciting though.
But he's 36 years old. Yeah, still he didn't finish someone. I mean, but he's down to bang. He's pretty durable as well. Been winning mostly by decision, except for the Sean Brady fight. So you can't deny him, bro. He's been solid. And you know what? I actually bet on him last time they fought. But it ended up being a no contest. But he was a plus 235 or 230 or so. Now you got the odds a little different. You got Leon Edwards now minus 240. Bilal now up to plus 205. What do you like?
Yeah,
what do you like?
I probably
frozen.
Yeah, I probably got froze up. You got I'm pulling for Bilal, but what's Leon Edwards by TKO?
I like that look. Leon Edwards by TKO. It was plus 350. I like that.
Damn. Yeah,
plus 350. I like that.
I probably throw on that, but I think Bilal is gonna put up a fight. It should be close, but I don't know. I feel like just ever since that knockout against Usman, like Edwards just been on like a different type of like like tier of the way he is. Like he's just so technical the way he fights, but anyway, like he can sleep you. Like what he did to Kobe Covington, like he literally like broke his leg in the first round. That's why Covington couldn't do nothing for the rest of the fight. And then like Bilal likes to go forward, so I don't know if like the last fight they did, he was landing that head kick, you know what I'm saying? And then he got him with the eye poke, but he was still landing like clean. So I feel like just too much. If he can let his hands go and like defend that wrestling, it's over for Bilal. But Bilal's been training with like Islam, Khabib, so he might be able to just to dog walk him for 5 rounds. You know what I mean? But I gotta go with Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for Edwards to kind of lose here. I don't like the odds at minus 240. I think it's okay, but I don't love it. But I still think, as far as the pick goes, I think Leon Edwards pulls it out. I just see it's been kind of a long time now since the last time Muhammad fought. And not to say that, that means a bad thing necessarily, but he didn't get any younger. You're not getting as much plus money as you did before on the last fight. And now you have to set this fight in England. Last time it was not in England. So now, to me, you have a bigger cage. Yeah, you have a bigger cage. I think that allows Leon Edwards to use his distance more, move around more. Whereas when they were fighting in the Apex, you can't run that far. You can't move around so much. You're gonna end up against the cage and get pinned up. So for me, I'm switching now over this time. I think Leon Edwards wins this one, even though I was on Muhammad the first time they fought. I just think Leon Edwards here. I think I'm going to pair him up with something. Maybe like a Mick Parkin or maybe like Arnold Allen. Get a little bruv on bruv parlay going. But yeah, that's who I think. But I mean, I would be kind of excited if Bilal Muhammad won, but I know the MMA Twitter community is going to be up in arms and be like, oh, hell no. They'll be like, nah, this is not what Trump fights for. All right.
Shit, not for British either.
Yeah.
No, but at least Bilal, he's American.
Yeah, but Trump doesn't know. He doesn't know the difference. But yeah, man, let's give out best bets. Let's continue this momentum. Oh
yeah. Go ahead, rip them off.
All right, I'm gonna go first here, man. I guess we're starting off. I'm gonna give that bruv parlay here. I'm going Arnold Allen with Leon Edwards. That should give you something like plus 100 even money, something like that. But I like those two. And then I guess I got to stick by what I'm saying and put my money where my mouth is at. I'm going Tom Aspinall. Minus 350 right now. Minus 350. That's a big favorite, I know, but I just think that's going to be the move there. And then for another one, I like Jake Hadley. I got him at plus 210, but he's at plus 170 right now, so we'll put plus 170. I think he's live. And then last but not least here, I like some other ones, but I guess I'll put a Christian Leroy Duncan, man. He's minus 140 right now, but I got him at minus 115. But I still like him up to like minus 150 or so. Leroy Duncan, minus 140. Yeah, what you got for the people?
Yeah, I got a fat British parlay.
Oh, the meat pie.
With your boy Aspinall, Arnold Allen, Leon Edwards.
Hey, the British are coming.
Nathaniel Wood, Molly McCann, and Mick Parkin.
Parkin. Oh, that was my other one. I forgot. I would have had him there too, but
how many
he's
did
at
you do?
minus
4?
No, I just gave 4. Yeah.
All right.
My top 4.
So that's gonna be my fat beans on toast parlay. But and then straight up bet I want to do King Green.
It's at minus 110 right now or something like that.
Yes, sir.
Minus 1. Yeah, we'll go minus 115.
And then
shop around.
TKO for Leon Edwards over Muhammad.
Edwards KO. What is that at? What did you say? What is that? Here, I'll look it up. Edwards KO plus 350. I like that one. I'm gonna probably fire that one too.
And then we'll just do another straight up with Hobocop.
RoboCop Rodriguez at the plus money. Where is he at?
That's 4, right?
Yeah, I think that's good right there. Oh, Rodriguez plus 125. All right. Yeah, hopefully we keep this going, man. We're catching a little hot streak. I think it happened last year, and we finished the year real strong. So let's keep it going. Road to the Sphere is coming.
Hey,
you know,
shit.
So
That's ASAP.
All I got
tickets should be going on sale soon.
Yeah, hopefully I can't wait to see the prices on that, huh? Or can I?
Man, I don't know. It might be all bad. Cause like I just looked today on AXS where they sell it, and it was just like a person selling it, and like the last row up there this is just like a pre-sale resale already. You know what I'm saying? This is not no ticket price that the UFC has dropped or nothing. They're trying to sell that right now for like 3,600.
Yeah, I was seeing a couple thousand, but someone's trying to do that. Like, how do they don't even have the pre-sales out yet? So I feel like people are pre-selling.
And then I was like, what the fuck? If anything, you just get the VIP for $5K, and then
at
be
that
fucking
point
lit. Yeah, exactly. But fuck that. That's crazy, bro. So I don't know. I'm feeling kind of down about it, but we'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah, I looked at that earlier, like a month ago or whatever, when people were posting that shit, like, and it was looking for like racks and racks, and I was like, man, that's why I got the idea of that range in my head, you know. But we'll see how it goes, man. You just gotta
let the good time.
Oh, hey, peace out, y'all, and smoke out. Appreciate y'all.
Smoking, dro, and clapping hoes and